Hello, good day. I am Ma'am April and welcome to my online class. So, ngayong araw na to, pag-aaralan natin yung mga developmental milestones for babies and children. So, ano nga ba tong mga developmental milestones? Okay. Milestones are behavioral or physical checkpoints in the children's development as they grow. All of our developmental milestones are validated by the American Academy of Pediatrics findings. These are the core skills infants and toddlers should be reaching. Week by week and month by month, you can check in on baby's growth and development by following the baby's milestone. So, ano ba itong mga milestone na to? Ito yung tumutukoy doon sa mga pag-uugali at maging sa mga pisikal na katangian ng mga baby at ng mga bata. So, bawat buwan or linggo or mga araw, so hanggang sa taon, may mga expected tayo or inaasahan tayong dapat kaya nang gawin ng isang baby or ng isang toddler. Okay, ngayon isa-isahin natin tong mga to. Pero sa ating presentation, so inorganize sa presentation na ito yung mga milestones. So, divided daw to sa developmental milestone. So, isa-isahin natin to. Ang una ay yung motor milestones. So, sabi dyan, when will baby sit independently? So, kailan kaya ng isang bata na makaupo ng siya lang? At iba pang mga katangian or iba pang mga motor skills. So, ano ba itong mga motor skills? So, tumutukoy ito sa core and upper body. At meron naman tayong tinatawag na fine motor skills. So, ito yung mga hands and feet. Kung kaya, di ba, may mga laruan na binibili ang mga nanay or ang mga tatay na makakatulong upang mas lalong ma-develop yung mga motor, yung gross motor skills at saka yung fine motor skills. Sunod, meron tayong tinatawag na sensory milestones. So, when will a baby be able to visually track objects? Or when will the baby have regular sleep schedule? And sensory milestones track the development of baby's 7 senses. Okay, ito naman yung may mga pagkakataon na visually, nare-recognize na ng bata yung kulay, nare-recognize na ng bata yung nag-aalaga sa kanya, or yung, di ba, ito yung panahon na nakikita din natin na yung mga bata, may mga kilala na, yung sabi nila, nangingilala. Okay, at iba pa. Sunod, ito namang communication milestones. So, when will the baby say their first words? So, when do toddlers begin responding to questions? So, ito na yung period na yung mga bata, nakikipag-communicate na sila sa una by sounds, tapos ginagaya na nila. Halimbawa, tinatawag mo na daddy, yan, dada, nagagaganyan na yan. Or tinatawag ko ng daddy na mommy, yan. So, gagayahin na or nakaka-produce na ng sounds. So, ito yung mga milestone na kung saan from cooing or pagpuproduce ng little sounds, ang bata ay nakakapagsalita na or nakaka-express na ng kanyang sarili. At nakakapag-communicate na sa kapwa bata. At meron din tinatawag na feeding milestone. So, when is baby ready for finger foods? Oh, how long should the baby nurse for? And yung mga milestone na yon ang makakatulong paano ba or 'di ba may mga recommended kailan ba dapat pinapainom ang baby ng tubig? 'Di ba may mga period na kung saan halimbawa si baby hindi pa pwedeng uminom ng tubig or hindi pa pwedeng kumain ng mga solid foods at iba pa. So ngayon, isa-isahin na natin from 0 to 3 month milestones. Okay, sa motor milestones, so when lying on tummy, pushes up on arms. While lying on tummy, lifts and holds head up. So the baby also able to move fist from close to open. So ito na yung panahon na ayan 'di ba yung close open, close open. Ayan yung mga baby no, nare-recognize na nila yung mga ganyan. Okay, at tuwang-tuwa tayo pag ang baby kayang-kaya na niyang gawin 'yan. So able to bring hands to mouth. Usually diyan sa ganyang period ano man ang ibigay mo sa bata, 'di ba? Kinakain niya or isinusubo niya. At ito din yung kaya din ng bata na moves legs and arms off surface when excited. So for sensory milestone naman, while lying on back, attempts to reach for a toy held above their chest. While lying on back, visually tracks a moving toy from side to side. Or again, from lying on back, keeps head centered to watch faces or toys. So, able to calm with rocking, touching, and gentle sounds. Okay, ito na yung period din na 'di ba? Nilalagay natin sa duyan, tapos pag tinatouch yung bata or tinatap mo o tinatapik-tapik, ayan, madali na silang nakakatulog. Or minsan, ang problema minsan pagtulog, pag nawala na yung nagtatatapik or naramdaman na niyang parang wala na yung presence ng nanay, ayan, dyan na siya nag-iiyak. Okay, so enjoys a variety of movements. For communication milestones, nandun pa rin tayo sa 0 to 3 months. So, quiets or smiles in response to sound or voice. Okay, ito na yung makikita natin yung mga cute faces nila kapag nagre-respond sila sa sounds. Nakaka-amaze yung mata nila. Makikita mo sa bibig nila no, yung response no. Turns head towards sound or voice, or shows interest in faces, makes eye contact, and cries differently for different needs. So, ito na yung panahon na ang communication lang nila, iiyak sila pag nagugutom, basa ang diaper, inaantok at iba pa. And also, coos and smiles. Next, for feeding milestone, ayan, ito na, latches onto nipple or bottle. So, tongue moves forward and back to suck. At nakakainom na rin ng 2 to 6 ounce of liquid per feeding at 6 times per day. Minsan nga, hindi lang 6 times, no? And sucks and swallows well during feeding. Next, dito naman tayo sa 4 to 6 month milestones. Okay, for motor milestones, uses hands to support self while sitting. Ayan, rolls the back to tummy and tummy to back. While standing with support, accepts entire weight with legs. Reaches for nearby toys while on tummy. While lying on back, reaches both the hands to play with feet. Ayan, ito parang natatandaan ko no, yung mga bata no, makakita kayo ng sinasak nila yung kanilang mga paa. Ayan na, ang cute-cute, 'di ba? So while lying on back, transfers a toy from one hand to to the other. Okay? Next, for sensory milestone, uses both hands to explore toys. Generally happy when not hungry or tired. Okay, so madalas no, parang ang saya sa ang sarap paglaruan ng mga bata. Ang sarap makipaglaro with them, makipagtawanan. Ayan, especially kung katutulo or kagigising lang nila at maganda naman ang tulog, 'di ba? At walang gaanong nararamdaman. So, generally, happy sila. So, brings hands and objects to mouth. O, ganun pa rin, no? Able to calm with rocking, touching, and gentle sounds. Or is not upset by everyday sounds. O, ito lalo na kung nakasanayan na nila na halimbawa, may mga tumitilaok na manok, may tumatahol na aso sa paligid. So, parang it's normal, hindi na sila nagigising sa mga ganong mga sound sa paligid. And enjoys a variety of movements. Next, communication milestones. Ayan, ito na. Reacts to sudden noises or sounds. Ayan, madaling na silang ma-amaze pag may mga biniling laruan na may kakaibang sounds. Ayan, nagre-react na sila, either nagugulat sila, tumatawa, at iba pa. So, listens and responds when spoken to. Ayan, nakakausap mo na ito. Ayan, masarap nang kausapin kasi so cute yung mga reactions, no? And begins to use consonant sounds in babbling. Halimbawa, yung mga da-da-da, ayan, at iba pa. So, makes different kinds of sounds to express feelings. Ayan, iba-iba na yung marami nang napoproduce na sounds at mga tunog. Or mga tunog, ayan. Notices toys that make sounds. Ayan, madali na silang ma-amaze pag yung toys, ayan, kumikililing or nagbibigay ng kakaibang sounds. And uses babbling to get attention. Next, feeding milestones. Yan, ito na. Shows interest in food. Yan. Parang may mga favorite na, no? Nakikilala na nila pag, yun yung ipapakain, yun yung flavor. O physically, nakikilala na nila if masarap ba yung food. So, opens mouth as spoon approaches. So, moves pureed food from front of mouth to back and begins to eat cereals and pureed foods, smooth pureed food, single ingredients only, kagaya ng mga carrots, sweet potatoes, squash, apples, and or pears, at syempre iba pa. So, now proceed naman tayo sa milestone naman ng mga baby na 7 to 9 month. So, ito na yan. Medyo marami-rami na, no? For motor milestones, sits without support. Ayan, nakakaupo na. So, dito ka na ma-amaze na, kaya nang umupo nang walang sinasandalan, no? Sits and reaches for toys without falling, moves from tummy or back into sitting, starts to move with alternate leg and arm movement. Yan, ito na yung creeping, crawling, picks up head and pushes through elbows during tummy time, turns head to visually track objects while sitting, shows more control while rolling and sitting, picks up small objects with thumbs and fingers, and in simple play, imitates others. Next, for sensory milestones, Usually, they enjoys a variety of movements, bouncing up and down, rocking back and forth, explores and examines an object using both hands and mouth, turns several pages of chunky or board book at once, and experiments with the amount of force needed to pick up different objects. Also, focuses on the object near and far. So, ito na yung kayang no, kaya na nilang kilalanin yung mga objects near man o malapit man o malayo, no. Investigate shape, size. O, ito na rin yung period na tinuturo na natin sa kanila yung mga basic ng colors, shapes, yan. Tsaka yung mga sounds ng animals, no, usually. Observes environment from a variety of positions while lying on back or tummy, sitting, crawling, and standing with assistance. For communication milestones, uses increased variety of sounds and syllable combinations in babbling. Looks at familiar objects and people when named. Yan, ito na yung nakakatuwa. Nakikilala na nila yung mga family members, alam na nila yung mga pangalan. Kaya ito din very crucial din to na dapat natuturo na din sa kanila yung mga values, no? Kasi minsan may mga tao na tuwang-tuwa na tinatawag sila. Parang tuwang-tuwa sila pag tinatawag yung first name nila. Mukhang nakakawala ng respeto minsan pero hindi naman na-recognize ng bata yun. So, yan na rin yung time na tinuturuan dapat kahit baby pa lang, no? Recognizes sounds of their name. So, alam na nila yung pangalan nila. So, pag tinawag mo na sila sa pangalan, or kahit nga tinawag silang baby or bunso, ayan, alam na nila, nakikilala na nila. Participates in two-way communication. Ayan, communicate na. So, halimbawa, kinuha mo yung laruan niya. So, pwedeng ibigay niya sa'yo or pwede din namang umayaw siya. So, kaya na niyang communicate, no? Follows some routine commands when paired with gestures and shows recognition of commonly used words. Alam na rin nila yung mga simple gestures like shaking head for no or yes. At ito na rin din yung panahon na obviously nanggagaya sila ng mga sounds na naririnig nila mula sa mga taong nakapaligid sa kanila. Next, feeding milestones. In a high chair, holds and drinks from a bottle. So, begins to eat thicker pureed and mashed table foods. Enjoys and chew toys that can massage sore and swollen gums during teething. Stays fully longer after eating. So, starts to look and reach for objects such as food that is nearby and shows strong reaction to new smells and taste. So, ito na rin yung panahon na pag nag-introduce ka ng maasim, nako, ang cute-cute ng reaction ng bata. No? But usually, ang gusto talaga ng mga bata, generally, yung lasang matamis. Yan. So, go na tayo sa 10 to 12 month milestones. So, for motor milestones, pulls to stand and cruises along furniture. Stands alone and takes several independent steps. Moves in and out of various positions to explore environment and get desired toys. Maintains balance in writing when throwing objects. Ayan, clap hands, releases objects into a container with a large opening, and uses thumb and pointer finger to pick up tiny objects. For sensory milestones, ayan na, so they enjoy na listening to songs. O ito na yung panahon na ini-introduce na or kilala na nila or alam na nila yung mga nursery rhymes na ini-introduce sa kanila. Okay, next, explores toys with fingers and mouth pa rin. So, crawls to or away from objects baby sees in the distance. Okay. For communication milestones, meaningfully uses mama and dada or mommy, daddy. Ayan, may mga ganun. Responds to simple directions, kagaya ng, or come here. Okay. Produces long strings of gibberish or jargoning in social communication and says one or two words. Pero di ba may mga pagkakataon na yung bata at 1 year old ay nakakapagsalita na sila ng not just 1 to 2 words, minsan sentence na talaga. Imitates speech sounds. Ayan. Bubbling has sounds and rhythms of speech, pays attention to where you are looking and pointing. Okay, responds to no. Begins using hand movements to communicate wants and needs. Ayan. Example, yung mga reaches to be picked up. For feeding milestone naman, ayan. Ito na yung mga cute din na pagkakataon na pag binigyan mo sila ng pagkain, ayan, nakakakain na sila. Yun nga lang ang kalat-kalat. Pero ayan, kaya na nilang pakainin ng kanilang sarili no pag binigyan na. So, eating an increasingly variety of food. So, marami ng pagkain ang pwedeng ipakain or introduce, lalo na yung mga solid. Basta syempre soft yan. Okay, begins to use an open cup. So, may mga pagkakataon na may mga nanay kasi na at 1 year old, binubutaw na nila sa dede or sa feeding bottle. Kaya, yung iba gumagamit na ng baso. Okay, kaya yan open cup. So, ready to try soft cooked vegetables, soft fruits, and finger foods, kagaya ng banana slices or mga pasta or kanin at iba pa. Might be ready to start self-feeding with utensils and enjoy a greater variety of smells and tastes. So next, 13 to 18 month milestones. So, for motor milestones, ayan, ito na yung pagkakataon na nakakalakad na sila mag-isa na sobrang likot na. No? Kunti, yun sabi nga nila, tipong hahabulin na ng nanay or ni tatay. So, squats to pick up a toy and stacks 2 objects. 2 objects, I think, minsan mas marami pa, no? For sensory milestones, helps with getting dressed or undressed, has a regular sleep schedule, ayan. So, may pagkakataon na, ayan, may tutulog sa tanghali or sa umaga or sa hapon, ayan. Tapos, ito na rin yung may pagkakataon na hindi na talaga namumuyat yung bata, no? Mamumuyat lang yan kung may sakit, pero kung wala, regular na rin ang sleep niya, no? And eats an increasingly variety of foods. For communication milestones, so by 15 months, ayan, may use 5 to 10 words or more. Combine sounds and gestures, imitate simple words and actions, consistently follows simple directions, shows interest in pictures, can identify 1 to 2 body parts when named, and understands almost 50 words. I think minsan mas marami pa, no? By 18 months naman, ayan, response to questions. So, repeats words overheard in conversation, continues to produce speech like babbling, points at familiar objects and people in pictures, understand in and on, and responds to yes, no questions with head shake or nod. For feeding milestones, increases variety of coarsely chopped table foods and holds and drink from a cup. Okay, go naman tayo. 19 to 24 months or magto 2 years old na halos to. So, sa communication milestones, by 21 months, yan, uses at least 50 words. Okay, nagagamit na niya yan sa pakikipag-usap sa mga kasama sa bahay or even sa strangers. Consistently imitates new words. So, names, objects, and pictures. So, kilala na niya yung mga bagay na madalas niyang ginagamit or nakikita. Understands simple pronouns like me, you, and my. Identifies 3 to 5 body parts when named. Understands new words quickly. So, communication milestones by 24 months, begins to use 2-word phrases and uses simple pronouns like me, you, and my. Understands action words, uses gestures and words during pretend play, follows 2 to 3 step related direction. Example, pick up your coat and bring it to me, and enjoys listening to stories. Okay, next, for 2 to 3 year milestones. So, by 30 months, consistently uses 2 to 3 words phrases, uses in and on, and at least 50% of speech is understood by the caregiver o kung sino mang nag-aalaga sa kanya. Mas madali nang naiintindihan kung anong masakit or kung anong gusto. So, communication milestones by 30 months, so follows 2-step unrelated direction. Halimbawa, give me the ball and go, get your coat. So, naiintindihan na rin yung mga basic nouns and pronouns and understand ano ba ibig sabihin ng mine and yours. So, communication milestones by 36 months, yan, ito na yung panahon na nagtatanong o yung matanong na yung bata. Kaya madalas silang magtanong ng ano or saan or minsan may bakit pa. And uses plurals, okay? Like dogs. Most speech is understood by the caregiver. So yan, dyan nagtatapos yung lesson natin about developmental milestones at ito ang ating reference. Okay, thank you so much guys. Thank you so much for listening and ganbate kodasai!